Yes, sister.
Okay. So today we are going to do the second part of the Murli, which we started on the 8th. And if you reflect on what we did on the first day, the method to reveal the Father. So let's proceed with the second half, and then we will come back to the beginning again. So in Bab Dada's meeting groups, Baba says in the Murli, your aim in this Brahmin life is to change from an ordinary human being into Lakshmi or Narayan. So do you constantly remain aware of your future deity image with all the divine virtues? You should never forget your aim. Do you constantly remain aware of your image of the embodiment of all divine virtues? The image shown of Lakshmi is of the goddess of wealth, and the image shown of Narayan is Lord of the kingdom. Lakshmi is called the goddess of wealth, not physical wealth, but the goddess of the wealth of knowledge. All of you are also goddesses of wealth, are you not? A goddess of wealth would be constantly full of all treasures. What has each of you been receiving as your birthright? From the moment that you took birth as a Brahmin, you have been receiving the treasures of knowledge and powers. So do you keep what is rightfully yours with you, or do you keep it in the bank? If you keep it in the bank, you do not experience happiness. To keep your jewels in the bank means not to use them, but to put them away. The more you use them, the greater the happiness you will experience. There is no danger in keeping these jewels with you. Since you have to become great donors and bestowers of blessings, how can you keep them in a locker? Therefore, every day examine the jewels you've received and use them for yourself and others. To be a great donor means to be constantly donating. To do this one day but not again until a month later is not called being a great donor. To be a great donor means to be constantly donating. It means to be constantly overflowing. Just as Baba's treasure store continues to overflow. He gives you treasures every day. So it is you children's duty to give treasures to others every day also. When you keep this treasure store open, thieves will not enter. But if you keep it closed, thieves will break in. The greater the number of locks that are created, the greater the number of thieves there will be. Previously, when there weren't that many thieves, your treasures used to remain unlocked. So your treasure store should remain constantly open. Put a full stop to everything that has happened up to now. Do not think about what happened in the past. This is known as making intense effort. When you think of the past, you waste your time, energy, and thoughts. There is now no longer any time to waste anything. If you waste 2 moments or even 2 seconds of the confluence age, then you have wasted many years. Do you know the value of the confluence age? How many years in one is 1 second of the confluence age equal to? So you wouldn't have wasted just 1 or 2 seconds, but many years. Therefore, now put a full stop. Those who know how to put a full stop will remain constantly full. Do you constantly make others progress through your good wishes? No matter what souls are like, you must constantly have good wishes for them. Good wishes will bring you success. Have you experienced serving through your good wishes? To have good wishes means to be merciful. Baba has mercy for those who defame him. Similarly, no matter what the soul in front of you is like, you can transform that soul with your merciful attitude and good wishes. Since scientists are able to transform a desert into farmland with their power of science, can those who have the power of silence not transform this world? Even just a thought can create a world. Therefore, constantly have good wishes to transform this world. Continue to transform the world with the vibrations of your ascending stage. Through your self-transformation, the world will automatically be transformed. You are those who plow the earth, not those who become tired. Those who plow the fields are tireless. They are able to transform barren land into green pastures. Therefore, do not become disheartened. When you remain happy-hearted, your happiness will automatically attract everyone. By considering yourselves to be the unknown but very well-known warriors on the battlefield, are you constantly able to conquer Maya? While sitting, eating, and doing everything in an ordinary way, and whilst walking and moving around, you're battling with Maya and becoming victorious. Externally, you may appear to be doing nothing, but internally, you're attaining victory over Maya and claiming your kingdom. Therefore, this is what makes you unknown. When revelation takes place, everyone who sees you will wonder who you are and what you're doing. Victory is guaranteed for those who remain in the company of the Almighty Authority. The Lord of the Pandavas was the Almighty Authority, and this was why the Pandavas were constantly victorious. Never let go of this company. When you become alone, Maya can attack you. When you remain with the Father, Maya will have to surrender herself to you. Maya has to become the servant to you conquerors of Maya and has to salute you. Do not let go of Baba, your companion in the Mela of Maya. When you let go of your companion, you will lose your way and will then have to cry out. Constantly make Maya salute you. Do not let Maya attack you. Blessing. May you be a soul who experiments with the powers of knowledge and yoga on the basis of light. Just as science is able to use physical light, electricity, in many different ways, so too use your enlightenment of God's imperishable light, your light of soul consciousness, and the light of your practical stage to experiment with the powers of knowledge and yoga. When your stage and form are double light, your experiments easily become successful. When each of you begins to experiment with yourself, a powerful gathering of experimenting souls can be created. By constantly remaining aware that there is nothing new, you will continue to remain unshakable and dance in happiness. Om Shanti. So, this is the end of this beautiful Murli of 21st January 1980. So, let's all reflect on this Murli and then we can share our own takeaways after 2-3 minutes. So anyone would like to begin with the sharing? I see Sister Raj Lakshmi in the chat box. Always be in Baba's company to have victory. Maya will not come anywhere near you. Thank you, sister. Very true. And then we have Sister Girja. I am Goddess Lakshmi. They call me Goddess of Wealth and invoke me. I received all these wealth treasures from my Narayan Shiv Baba. I open my shop every day and allow souls to come and take them. My bank is always open, but my customers are classified. Foremost is if you take, then you have to donate them by opening another branch. Deal, then welcome, Swagatam. Nice way of presenting it, sister.
Om Shanti, Harpreet sister.
Om Shanti.
Just a minute, I know it's long, when I just saw this, I remember I read it's from you. I just heard a story. I don't know if you recollect. It was from your column. It was so connected to this goddess Lakshmi. A
Yes.
flight was on. I'll share it very short. A flight was on. There were passengers there, and in some flight you have to pay for your food and all. There was a man behind over there, and he was very hungry. He called called the attendant and said, I'm hungry, but I don't have enough money to buy. Could you ask some of the passengers for it? So the story goes that she went to passenger one who said, I don't have enough money on myself. And the second one says, I would really like to give. But the thing is, I don't think I have enough. I have not brought enough. There was a third person who said, oh, there is someone who wants it. Okay, please take my card. He gives the card to the attendant and let him have.
Right.
So the attendant goes to him and says, you have got a card. What do you need? And then she gives him, fine. Then after that, everything over, the flight lands and all. Everyone goes one by one. When this man goes out, this person came here and asked him, why did, when no one was ready to give me, why did you give? He said, I was so happy that what I have could be of use to somebody and that I could really give it to somebody. I know I don't have enough to pay my rent, but I wanted to give it. You know what he got? He got a $35 check because the person who was saying if nothing, he was the owner of the airline. And what he told him, I want you to do one thing. Don't keep this check with you. Go and the same way donate it to somebody else. So just this point, when I read, I remembered that story. Lakshmi, God also says, you're taking from me, not just to keep with you, but to open another branch. I just wanted to link that, Om Shanti.
Yes. Thank you, sister, for linking it. Yes. Because in this Murli, especially, Baba is saying, do you want to be the Lakshmi? And Lakshmi is portrayed as the goddess of wealth, but truly meaning a wealth of knowledge. And by opening more and more branches and sharing that knowledge, you would be constantly overflowing with giving, which is what this Murli is asking for, instead of keeping it locked in a bank. So thank you for that nice sharing. Anyone else would like to add any other reflection from what we just read today?
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Yeah, so Baba also said that, so we have to keep our stock full so that, we can remain constantly full. So in order to keep the stock full, so we have to see there is no waste. There's nothing getting wasted or no leakage. So Baba highlighted that, and this is confluence age and the time is very precious. So we shouldn't be wasting even a second. So the second is so much worth than, Baba says it's many years worth. So don't just waste even a second. Yeah, so so the takeaway for me is to see if there are any wastage throughout the day. Om Shanti, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. Yes, wastage. I think we all, do so much of wastage every day, but we're gradually improving.
Yeah,
So,
true.
yeah. And I think it just is a great reminder to focus on when we really think about the whys and whats and the past all the time. That's when we actually really waste our thoughts. So put a full stop to everything that has happened up to now.
We learn to put a full stop, then we can, make our full stock. We can
Yes.
remain full stock.
Yes, nice way of saying it. Thank you, brother. Yes. And like you rightly said, basically, do you know the value of this confluence age? I think that value we have to remind ourselves that how many years is 1 second of the confluence age equal to? So every second is really, really a great value. So it's counting. Anybody else would like to share something? Reflections that you had while doing this, Murli?
So what is the best way of increasing our treasure store? Just what do you think? So someone who would want to have a great, or want to increase the treasure store or make the treasure store full. This treasure store, to the extent that one is making the treasure store full, right? Accordingly, will be using it in the whole kalpa, right, for the 5,000 years. So this is the time that we have to earn and accumulate and then use it, and which will be transferred to the new yuga and for the next kalpa, right? So here, so one needs to focus upon how we can increase the treasure store, and what is the best way of putting effort in order to keep our treasure store full. Everybody is earning and accumulating, but not really sure where the leakage is, or is it getting leaked somewhere, or many people are not aware clearly that one thing is sure, yes, everybody is earning, but not many are sure how much they are losing, right?
Yes. But just going back to the earlier part of the Murli, this is an interesting point actually. Should we really be reflecting on this question, that how much are we really wasting our thoughts, and trying to reflect on when we are wasting our thoughts? Maybe yes, a couple of times is good to become aware. But on the other hand, in this Murli, especially the first part, Baba keeps saying that you focus on what you have already attained and keep moving. Otherwise, the more you think, oh, this is what I wasted, then again, you're going into the past. Just a thought. I would like others to share what they think about this.
Just a reflection, sister. See, when you said take care of the waste, it's always said, just when you're on a boat, just see that there are no holes rather than seeing whether your boat is safe. Because even a small hole anywhere, your boat can capsize. Fine, instead of thinking about the negative part of my thing that, oh, is the waste, and then checking it, I think a question of how, when I apply a full stop, or it's called as when I seal the whole of my boat, or when I put a full stop to everything, I needn't even look at the past. I needn't even look at the waste, because there isn't going to be anything. I know it sounds very fallacious, or you can say fictional, but even that is a waste for me to check the waste at times, I feel. It's only when I feel I'm going to be down because water has entered my boat. So then I have to go and check my waste. But instead, if I learn the habit of putting a full stop to everything rather than putting question mark, so maybe that time could say this is just a reflection.
Yes.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah.
But sister, I had one question with you.
Yes.
See,
Yes.
Baba is telling here, empty, don't keep your, see that one sentence I'll just read. Whatever, do you keep it in the bank? Whatever you get, do you keep it in the bank? And I just asked Baba, you always say whenever devotees come to you, they should find you full. So naturally, I have to keep something in my apron, like in my face or in my behavior, like which is my bank. I have to keep something. My stock must be full. If suppose I don't keep it in the bank, then I cannot attract. I cannot show as if all my, those things are empty. My coffers are empty. I have to show full. So that one sentence, if you keep it in the bank, you do not experience happiness. I was just dilly-dallying over it. Could you please?
Okay, I'm just trying to get to the context of that line. This was in the second last para, right? This 1 minute. I think what Baba is meaning is in the context of being a great donor, that don't just keep it in the bank for some so-called future use and then actually it's of no use, right? Because you did not use it when it's required. So I think the context in using that sentence in this Murli is that. However, what you're actually asking is of a different question, that whatever I'm storing in a bank, maybe my so many previous births of good actions, my this life of so many pure thoughts and good thoughts which I've accumulated, my remembrance with Baba which I've accumulated, that of course will have a value. But to keep constantly letting that flow for helping others is what he means by not locking it. So definitely the bank is storing whatever good you're doing, but you have to keep giving. And that constant flow, like in the earlier part of the Murli, being that projector and movie projector and mobile projector, it's kind of connected to this bank which is overflowing with money. And money not in the sense of physical money, but money in the sense of true wealth, the wealth of knowledge. That's the way I'm interpreting this. But if anybody else has a different reflection, please do share.
Yeah, I think I also feel the same. Here, so Baba is giving us this knowledge, which is also a wealth, right? Every day. So people, those who have money, they don't keep it in their bank, right? So they would want to multiply it. So in order to multiply it, they would invest it in various places, right? Various shares. And then end of the day or year, they get all the share. I mean, wherever they are invested, they will get the return. So similarly, every day Baba is giving us this invaluable jewels, right? So Baba would want us to share this with the people, others. So the more we share, the better it is. So if we keep it in our bank, which is our intellect, right? So then it is not growing. And when we are not sharing, then yes, of course, it's not multiplying. So the more we share, the better it is for us. So that's how we'll become multi-millionaires. Yeah.
Right. Thank you for that sharing.
So you mean, can I say, like you should have unlimited withdrawals, easy withdrawals, many kind of withdrawals. Go to the ATM, go online, go anywhere we can withdraw. So I think I take it like Baba is saying, bank is there. Of course, you should keep. Otherwise, how can people come and take from? Can it be like that? Easy withdrawals, many type of withdrawals, and no fixed deposit. See, because if I keep in, as he said, the brother spoke about investment and all. So I should not invest it in, you said, future, like investing it in shares and all. So it should not be like that. It should be easily accessible to all my customers. They come, they just come, they take and go. Like we call it as easy online withdrawal. Nowadays, withdrawal, they have made it so easy. Even money comes to your doorstep, leave alone to your computer. Om Shanti.
Yes, thank you, sister. And in fact, even Rajlakshmi sister has written, the souls who keep in locker full but do not give to others. So Baba says, share it with others. Don't be conscious in saving in the bank, but distribute it. In fact, this is why a lot of the monks of any faith that you may look at through so many ages, they would just walk out and start their spiritual journey without knowing from where their next meal will come. And they had so much of faith in Baba, or whichever name they would give to a form of Baba, that they knew that their bank was always overflowing and they were ready to share, and they knew from somewhere whatever has to happen will happen and they will get their basic requirements met. And if you see, most of these monks or the sadhus or yogis, they survive like that with nothing. So how come they survive? Because they're not worried about the physical wealth. They are only connected to the wealth of knowledge, and they've just completely surrendered and let, you know, let Baba take care of it. I'm not saying that's the only way, but it is just in connection to what is being discussed, where nothing is kept in a locker. Everything is free, open. Everything is left for, yes, it's there for me to share, and I will receive what I have to receive. It's a thought. It's one of the methods of prayer and remembrance and sharing. I think Baba also mentions in this
I
Murli
agree with you,
about
sister.
the
The
thief.
monk, I love that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The monk example was beautiful. I really like that because I remember when I was young, my father used to say there used to be these people, they used to walk naked with just a loin cloth around. And somewhere down the road, somebody used to come them and give them food and give them things because they have already created an invisible bank account.
Right. Yeah. And there's something, I'm not saying all of them, but many of them actually, you can see from their face that they're shining with that knowledge, you know. And you just speak to them and you just know that they have mastered a lot of things. That's why they are what they are. And they have already, reached a point where all this physical wealth has no meaning. So in fact, when I'm linking that to the sentence in the Murli, which is talking about the thieves, that when you keep this treasure store open, thieves will not enter. But if you keep it closed, thieves will break in. So the more you have, the more people are worried about locking it. That's the strange way that people are. The less you have, the more easily you give. It's a cycle.
Sister, can you go to the last paragraph and please churn us well? You know why I'm asking you? This was mentioned again in yesterday's Murli by Baba, this good wishes and all. Baba speaks about, I take it as what I call it as a jingle: clean mind, clear intellect. I don't know if you ever heard this advertisement about this drink of stink, where they speak about what kind of mind, the old man dances. So yesterday I was just jingling this: clean mind, clear intellect. And there Baba says, one thing for a clean mind is instant, pure feelings for everyone, no matter what. And if that kind of vibrations I can give everyone, what a beautiful thing. Baba says, a barren land, desert, it'll become green, which is what is happening nowadays in deserts, where
Yes.
greenery. Can you just give some more, I want some more sting in this. If you want to say, I want this kind of a stinging feeling to know how nice really these good wishes go about. Om Shanti.
Yes, I would like everybody to share, in fact, their own journey in this. But I know that in my own journey, I have really experimented with this. To give good wishes to everyone actually is the most elevating spiritual method for me, at least, which I've experienced when you selflessly, genuinely want good things for everyone around you. Your own vibration and your own inner sense of happiness really, increases, and you actually feel so connected to Baba. Whenever you have good wishes, you feel closer to Baba. That's what I have experienced many times. And also in this last para, when Baba is saying, just like scientists are able to transform a desert into a farmland, and can you have the power of silence not to transform this world? And even a thought can create a world. That's why in the meditations which we are doing every day, I feel a meditation is not complete till you have good wishes for everybody else also included. Because if you meditate only for yourself, which is great because you're doing a self transformation, but if you don't use that energy to share that vibration with everybody else around you, you are again doing the same thing, putting it in a bank, locking it, not sharing. And that good wishes, that feeling which you vibrate with, and when you share it with others, it's a different sense of elevation and different sense of closeness with Baba. Because you can see immediately that all the other souls are also vibrating at a higher level. And so you not only keep ascending, you are actually pulling others along. And if you can pull others along in this beautiful remembrance, then you're doing exactly what Baba is wanting you to do, to share, to keep your bank open, to change a desert into Greenland, and this is how I'm taking this as my takeaway, but I keep it open for others who would like to share for their good wishes experience.
Just try to share one.
Yes,
Yeah, good wishes is really good. Yeah, so we need to have some good thoughts in order to think good about others. So the real challenge, I think, that one needs to check is, am I able to do it? Even people those who defame me, because the thing I think to some extent think about good for others or have good wishes for others in general, I think could be easy. But when there is a situation or challenging situation where somebody is provoking you or someone is having conflict with you, then to have good wishes for that person is really a challenge. So when everything is going okay, right? So uh, I think to create good wishes is easy, but when there is a challenge, so we need to check how much am I able to uh, give good wishes. Someone who's defaming me, there we can check our stage. Am I really spiritually uplifted? Then I will be able to even have good wishes for that person, thinking that okay, yes, he has become an instrument in order to transform me. So our way of thinking, our attitude will have to change. We have to internally change that. So yes. So it's a good practice. So Baba says when we have this right, then success is guaranteed. We will be successful in every aspect. Can bring success. Yeah. Thank you.
yes. Thank you, brother, for reminding that. And that is the best part about being close to Baba. The more it's a cycle, the more we meditate, the more Baba empowers us, the more closer we get. In this confluence age, like Baba said in the earlier part of the Murli, every one step you've taken, he's already taken thousands towards you. So that helps us to give good wishes to even those who are hurting us, who are challenging us, who are defaming us. And going back to the that beautiful line of this Murli, that, that reflect on what you have already attained. I'm sure all of us in this journey can reflect on one thing, that you must have experienced giving good wishes to those who really brought trouble into your life at some point or the other, once you started meditating more and more and more. And at least in my journey, I have realized, and I'm so grateful to Baba for that, that I have reached this point where I can have good wishes for all these people. And even in the worldly sense, for momentarily, even if I feel, oh, why did he do this to me? Or, this is so unfair. But I think after some connection with Baba now for the last so many years, I have reached that point, at least now, that that's only for a second. And within the next moment, I'm thinking, thank you, Baba. Thank you for this learning. I was meant to learn a new experience with this difficult challenge. And now I thank this person for pushing me, making it more difficult for me so that I can pass this one more test. And in fact, in the meditations that I do also in my own channel of Universal Prayers, I'm always also, when I invite in the meditation, I say, please invite your loved ones, your family members, your friends, colleagues, and, see them all getting elevated. And then many times I say, and also now invite all those who have hurt you, all those who gave you trouble, all those whom you experienced as the most challenging. And now let's see the vibration shift between you all now as we thank them and we grow together. And I think that practice, for me at least, by doing this regularly, I just visualize the face of those people who have been causing trouble. And I visualize Baba's light on them, Baba's light on me, and then the light on both of us together. And immediately, and the thought is in my mind, I forgive you and you forgive me, because unknowingly I must have done something. That's how you reacted this way. And let's just be peaceful, beautiful together again. And even if, and I do it now at a point that I'm not looking for immediate results, that this person should next day be my best friend, but I know the vibration has changed. So I leave it to Baba. When is the right time? But for me, that's become a daily practice. So I thought I would share that. And that daily practice has really helped me. When you meditate, it is not only for yourself, you also meditate for others, sending good wishes. Point number 2. Point number 3, when you do these good wishes, it is not only for people whom you love. You have to actually bring in the people who have caused you trouble, and you have to give them those good wishes. And by doing this every day, you reach a point where now it's natural. It just comes naturally. I thought I'll share this because I've consciously made this effort in my meditation every day.
Wonderful, sister, for sharing.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Baba. He's making me do it. Anybody else would like to share maybe a different technique? But I know this is working for me, so I'm happy about that. And talking about happiness, and this bank, I remember my dad, when I was small, there used to be a fish, a toy fish, we used to put it on the wall. Anytime anybody used to be sad, we used to press a button. It was a musical fish, and it used to start singing that song, Don't Worry, Be Happy. You know that song? And it was always that every 1 second of worry, or, it's like the why, the what, and the challenge you're facing just would diminish, because then you start thinking, be happy. Like you want to be happy about everything. So even the difficult things, if you're happy about, I think that's when you start enjoying and loving the life that you are leading now. And therefore, I always say that I'm not waiting for the golden age. For me, it's now and here. I have to experience the golden age now. And you can experience it. That's what Baba is saying, the importance of confluence. You have to feel that happiness and joy now, not postpone it. So I was sharing my own reflection, but please feel free to share your own. I'm willing to learn some new technique or new style, which we can make ourselves better. Please go ahead and share. Or even if it's any other point, any other takeaway. So one thing that this spiritual journey has definitely taught me is to keep thanking the people who give you trouble. You don't know what great teachers they are. They really are teaching you how to progress spiritually. If you didn't have those people in your life, your speed would be very slow. So I've learned to very positively welcome all these people who are giving you trouble all the time.
More than trouble, Harpreet sister, I don't know, I don't remember that idiom which I read. You're not to worry about your friends, but they used to say, take care of your enemies. But for that, there was an exception. You should be happy they came in your life because they are the only ones who will tell you how your back looks like. They will tell you how your back, because I cannot see my back, but they are the ones who are able to tell how your back looks like. And whenever anyone does, just wait. Okay, is this really true? Is it going to really help me out? And a kind of a classified thing when something like, of course, Baba says it's Ninda Stuti and all. It's not really, let me be very honest, always possible when somebody keeps on praising, yes, I can go to the extent of becoming balloon. But when somebody is going on thumping me, stamping me, kicking me and all, whether how much I'm going to take, that even is a thing which one has to realize. It's easier to say that go and put garlands on the one who called you, all the bad words. But the thing to come out is something only a divine thought. So instead of that, if I prefix by this good wishes which you're taking, which we spoke of, I think maybe that thing could be mitigated. Option.
Yes, thank you. You're right. And also, this doesn't mean, of course, we're going away from the subject of the Murli now, but this also doesn't mean that if somebody is doing a lot of negative actions and you are supposed to do the right thing by taking some action, that you don't do it. It doesn't mean that. It means you keep doing what you need to do the right thing. But the spirit with which you're doing it is not against that person. You're doing it because it's the right thing to do, but you still have good wishes even for your enemy. I don't know how to explain this, but this is done like maybe I have a lot of other examples for that, from not of my own life, but from the spiritual masters. But maybe in some other Murli session, we can discuss that when there's more time. There are many such examples, many, many.
You must discuss, because you are on that journey, Harpreet sister. See, you must discuss the psychology behind it and also the science behind it. See,
Like I will
chemically,
tell you, okay, since you've asked, today is from the 6, we had 10 gurus. Today is the 5th guru's, Guru Arjan Dev Ji's, what we call Martyrdom Day, Shahidi Divas. He was told, he was the first guru that was actually killed by the other religious, the Islamic faith at that point of time. And they told him that you remove this big theory of yours that there's only one Almighty in the sense that, that you are taking people away from Islam, and and the Hindus said you're taking people away from the caste system, because the gurus were teaching everybody is equal and everybody has a right to reach the Almighty directly. They were saying things which people had never heard before. So they actually thought that he was a person who was taking people away from creating some new thought of his own. And they told him that you change the Adi Granth, the Guru Granth Sahib, because he had written almost 2,000 verses following the steps of Guru Nanak. He said, I cannot change anything because this is the truth. There is only one power, and we are all children, whether we follow this faith or that faith. He said, then if you do not change it, then you will face death, and let your God come and save you. And he said, Tera bhana meetha lage. Like in the sense, he gave him good wishes. Tera bhana meetha lage means whatever God gives me is sweet. Now, if I have to die like this, that is also sweet. And he kept remembering the Almighty when he was burnt alive and hot sand was put on him. And that's why today you will find in the Gurdwaras, they serve a lot of meethi lassi, like thanda thanda, because in the heat he was burnt alive. But when he said Tera bhana meetha lage, it is like, you're doing this to me, but I don't care about my body. But I'm not going to change. It is also the truth that he stood for. I'm not going to change what is written in the Adi Granth. I'm not going to change it because that is the truth. There is only one God. And by being a Hindu or a Muslim, you both can get there if you believe that there is only one and we are all the same. And there is no caste. There is no high, there is no low. We are all equal. And with that spirit, he gave up his life. So what I'm trying to say, he was the first guru that got martyred, in fact, out of the 10. And that's when the warrior race started after the 5th guru, over the period where the Sikhs became the saint warriors. So as a saint warrior, if somebody attacked you or attacked the weak mainly, you were there to protect them, to defend them. So you did the right action. You did not sit back and say, oh, things happen to me, because that is a sign of weakness as well. But to fight back, but in the spirit, the injured were being treated, even the enemies. There's water being given to them to drink. There's treatment being given to them to heal. That means I still have good wishes for you. I still want you to do well, but you cannot force these women to do certain things. You cannot force people to, like this kind of slavery and this kind of bravery, this combination made you a saint warrior. So for me, I have so many living examples and stories to believe in. So when you say good wishes for people, it doesn't mean it's at the cost of right action, is what I'm trying to say. You take the right action, but the spirit in you is always with the good wishes, because they are doing something without realizing, like when Jesus said, please forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. It's the same spirit with which Guru Arjan Dev Ji says, Tera bhana meetha lage. In fact, in today's meditation, I will be using Tera bhana meetha lage, because it's such a beautiful sentence. Whatever God gives me is sweet, even if it is death, even if it is torture of 5 days before he died. So when you look at such stories, they're so inspiring and so, for me, the clarity then comes when I read these things. And when I read Baba's message, then I connect it to the real historical, the other saints, how they dealt with real life situations. Then you can be brave and yet you can be peaceful. You can do the right thing and yet you can have good wishes. It's the most difficult path, but it is the right path. But having good wishes doesn't mean that you do nothing. That's weakness, at least the way I relate to it. If in case a situation so demands it, because then you're not doing your karma. And that's exactly what Lord Krishna told Arjuna, if you link it to the Gita, that you do what you have to do, even if it means going to the battlefield. You do the right thing. That's what's important. But you do it with the spirit of good wishes. You're not doing it with the spirit of animosity. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. Sorry for taking so much time. Since you asked me, sister, I got into this explanation.
Sister, in meditation, please include that song which you said, because I love that song. Life is
Which
a
one?
trouble. Why worry makes it double. Happiness makes it a bubble.
Yeah, don't
And
worry. Be
listen,
happy.
yeah, and you know, I don't remember my mathematics. It takes 47 miles of nerves to worry and frown, but it takes dot dot. I don't remember by maths. Number of miles of nerves to smile. So better to smile, better to be happy.
Right. Absolutely. So I'm sure, I don't know why, sister, you asked this, and I shared what I shared. And thank you, Baba. And I hope I shared whatever was meant to be shared. And everybody has their own takeaways. And I think if anyone else, for the last time I'm asking, wants to share something, it's good, because otherwise, then I think we're running out of time. Then we can do the meditation. Okay, brother, then should we proceed with the meditation now?
Harpreet sister, yes, you can.
Okay, sister. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's all relax. Reflect on your own vibration at every level of your being. And as your body relaxes, your mind relaxes, you connect to Baba, the Supreme Light. You connect it to your innermost essence, your whole being altogether. And then you can feel the divine connection and experience from the point of light in the center of your forehead with the Supreme Light of Baba. And let's take his blessing for us to have this beautiful wealth of knowledge that we are always willing to share. So as you see the light connection with your soul and the Baba soul, you also see the same connection through your own energy. You can vibrate and see the energy of light between Baba and all the other beautiful souls around you. And as you lovingly and beautifully continue giving the light, you see them all receiving that beautiful energy. And you can invite here not only those who are your family and your loved ones, as you see them receiving the light, please do invite all those who are challenging you in this earthly life, the ones who are defaming you, and see the beauty of their souls and see the divine blessing on them as well. I have good wishes for each one of you. We are all Baba's children. And in this drama of life, you have a role and I have a role. But together, we are blossoming with the blessings of the Almighty. We are all one through the same source. Through Baba's light, I can see everyone happy, glowing, getting elevated in their stage. And the same vibration, I see it spreading across the planet, onto all the divine souls, onto everyone. I can see the earth becoming brighter with this divinity as we share, as we vibrate the loving energy, the peaceful energy. Baba's grace is seen everywhere. Enjoy this moment of connection, not only with Baba, with all the beautiful souls around you, as we are all one in this elevated stage. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Harper Sister. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a lovely day.